Roy T. Bennett wrote, "Patience is not the ability to wait. Patience is to be calm no matter what happens. Constantly take action to turn it to positive growth opportunities and have faith to believe that it will all work out in the end while you are waiting." Aristotle wrote, "Patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet." Now, I have to say, for this quote by Aristotle, I see this one a little bit differently, which is why I had to bring this one up. Patience may be bitter in the beginning, but I genuinely believe as we build patience, especially in certain situations, patience can be a great thing. Sure, bitter as it relates to having to wait for certain things in life, but again, matter of perspective, right? So today's life lesson, clearly, as you might be able to already tell, is all about patience. And as I was looking through my list of all of my biggest life lessons, this one came at a perfect time because I was reminded of patience by our puppy, Bogey. And let me tell you guys, if you've ever trained a puppy, it is a true test of patience. I would have to say, even more so than patience with a toddler. There are some days that I'm chasing him to get my socks back or running. He's running circles around me when he knows he was naughty. And I can tell you in those moments, there are times I want to pull my hair out. It can truly be a test of every single ounce of patience I have in me. And I do have to say, I define myself as a very patient person. But here's the thing, it's in moments like this that I believe we truly have the opportunity to learn and grow and strengthen even deeper our knowledge of who we are and decide who we want to be in moments like that, right? Decide what our level of patience is. Decide what it will take us to stay in whatever balanced state feels the most right for us. And most of us still have that tipping point, like, you get me to here, I might lose my cool for a minute. And again, it's about growth and it's about development and it's about slowing it down so that you can build that patience day by day. So, how do we do it, right? I put together 7 quick steps and I'm just going to run through them. So, number 1, control what you can. The fact of the matter is, when it comes to patience, it's a matter of saying, okay, what do I have control timing wise over? And what do I need to make a plan for? And what do I have to give it up to say, I'm taking all the steps I need to, and I have to trust, right? Control and trust that as long as I keep controlling what I can and taking the actions that I can, things are going to turn out in the way that they are. Now, I say that because patience isn't necessarily training a dog, right? I can control what I can with my puppy. But patience can come in the fact of patience to that new job, or patience to growing your business, or patience towards other people in whole. So, again, control what you can in the situation. Number 2, shift your perspective, reframe what you can so that you can look at the situation differently. Guys, this can look as easy as knowing what conversation is in your head, knowing what conversation you want it to be, and when this ugly monster rears its head, transition over to say, what's it going to take for me to feel this? And how can I get over here? So that's a quick cognitive trick. Next, ask yourself, what am I meant to learn in this situation? I genuinely believe most things that are given to us in life, it's because we're meant to learn something. That may or may not be true. I like to believe that truth. And I'll tell you what, believing in the truth to just ask, what am I meant to learn here? It can ease so many different emotions and just stress that we put on ourselves. Number 4, as always, just breathe. Breathe, take a break, take a time out if you need to. especially if you're dealing with people, don't hesitate to say, time out. I need a pause. Nothing is wrong with a pause. And that quick pause can allow you enough time to reset, refocus, and make sure that you stay in the patient cool state that you want to stay in. Number 5, reflect on the hard things. There's no harm in looking back and saying, okay, this puppy's driving me crazy right now. What am I going to do about it? And how am I going to shift my perspective so I can stay in the patient demeanor that I want to stay in? So reflect on it after the situation. Number 6, what is the outcome you're working towards? Clearly, mine's a pretty straightforward one. I want to get my puppy trained so he's a good behaving dog, right? That's my outcome. Your outcome may be, I want to grow my business by 25%. Your outcome may be, I want to raise good kids into adults. It could be so many different things here. And it's important that you know where you're headed, because in that conversation of patience, if you don't know where you're headed, sometimes that's just why we lose our top. So, where are you headed? Number 7, what are your triggers? Clearly, again, for me and my puppy, it's a pretty straightforward conversation. But as it relates to you and your kids or your partner or other people in your life, what triggers that moment that you lose your cool? And how can we deal with that so that you can mind your patients more in the way that you want to? And bonus, number 8, mind the basics. Guys, the fact of the matter is when we're tired and sleepy and de-energized or fatigued, or we haven't nourished well and our brain function is off because we're not sleeping well and we're not eating well and we're loading up on caffeine, it's not necessarily always as easy to maintain our own emotional balance. So watch the basics. You have the opportunity to learn and build patience every single day. Just know it's not necessarily a linear overnight process. Give yourself time and grace and be persistent. If it's something you want to grow, you absolutely can. So, life lesson of the day, patience. That's all I have for you today. As always, stay well, be well, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye, guys.